Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're looking at something really quite powerful. It's a set of lyrics, but it reads almost like a short story. Very personal. It's this snapshot of grief, but a very specific kind. We're doing a deep dive into the transcript excerpts from Yaeow Halfway Gone.
Yeah, it's quite something. It just throws you right into this really particular type of pain. It's not, grieving someone who's gone. It's
Yeah.
dealing with someone who's there, but fundamentally different, altered. And the text sets that up immediately, this central conflict. The person is physically present, but mentally, emotionally, well, like the title says, halfway gone.
So our mission here basically is to treat these lyrics like a core text. We want to analyze the specific details, the way the speaker talks about losing someone who was still physically there, the cognitive decline, the longing for the past.
And the internal conflict, too.
Yes, exactly. The conflict of being the only one who remembers this shared history.
It's a really potent look at that in-between state, that liminality. And what makes it work, I think, is how it grounds this really heavy, abstract idea memory loss in these incredibly sharp, almost unforgettable details.
Absolutely. And we have to start right there, don't we? In the present. That bleak reality the speaker lays out, defined by that phrase, halfway gone. Just devastating. And it's not like, oh, this might happen. It's the current state. Unbearable.
That phrase itself is just brilliant emotional shorthand, isn't it? Halfway gone. If they were fully gone, you'd have finality, closure, maybe a more traditional kind of grief.
Right.
But halfway gone, that implies this indefinite suspension. It's ongoing. It's active suffering. You're sort of trapped in this middle ground where the person you loved is kind of disappearing inside the person right in front of you.
And that's why it feels so brutal, I think, that constant reminder of what's lost. The lyrics, they don't pull any punches. They go straight for maybe the most defining symptom. You don't know my name.
Oof. Yeah. That line it's the pivot point, isn't it, in the whole relationship dynamic. Your name, it's just basic recognition. That's the most fundamental connection.
Totally.
And when that goes, the speaker has to face it. This relationship isn't reciprocal anymore. It exists entirely on their side now.
It just transforms everything. It's not a relationship in the same way. It's more like being a witness, a constant one-sided witnessing. And then we get the scope. All of the memories you used to have are gone.
Yeah.
Which leads the speaker to that inevitable conclusion. Because the foundation is gone, nothing's the same.
But what's really interesting is how the speaker is still fighting it, even as they state it. You see that when they say, I don't want to lose you.
Yeah. Good point.
That tells you this halfway gone state isn't static. It's a process that's still happening, and the speaker is just desperately trying to hold on to whatever's left.
That desperation makes so much sense. I mean, if the person really doesn't know your name, you're not really fighting to save them anymore, are you? You're fighting to protect the memory of them.
Yeah, and how that memory defines you, too.
Exactly. It forces you, the listener, to grapple with that split, the you that's here now versus the you that's remembered, the one from before.
And the lyrics handle that so well by immediately shifting gears. The speaker clings to that past identity, which takes us right into our next section, recalling the lost past through this catalog of really specific memories.
This is where it gets incredibly tender, I think. The speaker doesn't just say, oh, they were kind or loving. No, it's these very specific nurturing details. Like, before this happened, this person always looked after me.
Right, and they're not grand gestures. They're intimate, domestic things, comforting things, like bedtime stories and made-up songs.
Yeah?
It paints this picture of a real childhood anchor, someone creative, emotionally supportive. It makes the loved one more than just, there. They were an active creator of the speaker's world, their safety, their imagination.
I think those details are there precisely to show the weight of the loss. The more specific and lovely the past sounds, the more jarring the present feels.
Definitely.
But maybe the detail that hits hardest, the one that really defines the depth of this cognitive loss, it's tied to a skill, an artistic skill.
You mean the part about the guitar? That they used to play guitar in a band and sing, but now you don't know how anymore. That just, wow. It takes the loss beyond just memory, doesn't it? It grounds it in something physical, a talent.
That's the deeper insight, right? The loss isn't just forgetting names or faces. It's the erasure of their own unique history, their own abilities. Playing music, that takes muscle memory, creativity, coordination.
Yeah.
When that's gone, it signals this really complete erosion of who they fundamentally were, a core part of their personhood.
And the speaker uses that that profound loss to justify this yearning for a very specific time. They don't just wish for better days. They pinpoint it. They say, I just want to go back to 2002 when I was a kid and you're still you.
That date, 2002, it's so specific it acts like the emotional anchor for the whole thing, doesn't it? It's like this perfect little snapshot.
Yeah, a golden age.
A golden age, exactly, when you were still you. It frames that contrast perfectly, past versus present. And it also frames the speaker's own lost self, right? The kid who felt safe.
That raises a really interesting question, though. When the speaker longs for 2002, is the pain just about the loved one's condition? Or is it partly, selfish maybe, but understandably so? Is it about losing the person who defined their own childhood, their own sense of certainty?
That's got to be part of the internal conflict, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That desire to go back, to rewind time, and get that security back.
Yes.
It leads straight into the speaker grappling with their own feelings now, in the present.
Yes.
Which brings us to section 3, where the focus really turns inward.
Right, and this is where we see the speaker dealing with their own sense of responsibility, maybe regret, practical things too, like, I feel guilt if not calling you.
It's such a raw admission. Guilt over not making a phone call sounds small, almost, until you think about the weight of each interaction, how draining it must be.
Exactly. Is the guilt about wanting to pull away sometimes for self-preservation, or is it guilt for maybe not being able to sustain that connection when the other person can't fully meet you there anymore?
It says so much about the sheer emotional exhaustion involved, just witnessing this kind of decline.
And right after that guilt, the speaker talks about wanting to be stronger. Wish I was stronger if you only knew how much I miss you.
That sentence is just packed, isn't it? Missing someone who's right there in front of you.
Yeah.
Wishing for strength to deal with who they are now, while actively grieving who they were.
And then the lyrics kind of zoom out. They take this very personal heartbreak and frame it as something bigger, almost philosophical, but a life, about time.
You mean the line, nothing ever lasts, that's the curse of the youth?
Exactly. That line needs a closer look. It connects this specific grief to this universal idea that change happens, it's inevitable. But why call it the curse of the youth?
Good question. What do you think?
Well, maybe because when you're young, you have this illusion, right, that things are permanent. Your parents, your home, your relationships, they'll always be there, just like they are.
Right, you take it for granted.
The curse is when that illusion shatters. The moment you realize time is actually this corrosive force, that it changes things, takes things away, and maybe this specific terrible heartbreak is the thing that forces that realization.
So it's like personal grief becomes the lesson in this harsh adult truth about everything being temporary. Mortality, time passing.
Yeah. But it's not like this philosophical point offers any comfort. It just gives context for the finality the speaker is facing.
Right, because it slams right back to the present, doesn't it? That absolute reality. The speaker uses that repetition, hammers it home. I can't go back. I can't do that. No, I can't do that even if I wanted to.
That repetition, it's like a wall.
It really is. It's like the speaker just admitting defeat. You see the arc, right? From those tender, specific memories, the stories, the guitar, to this really debilitating guilt. And then finally, just this crushing sense of finality. 2002 is crystal clear in their mind, but the door back there, it's locked, bolted shut.
And the power of this whole narrative, I think, is that it refuses to offer any easy answers or false hope. It just meticulously maps out the pain using those details, the sensory stuff, the dates, and then it lands on that cold, hard truth. Time only goes one way, and this loss of identity in this context feels absolute.
So ultimately, the whole thing spins around that core conflict, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Between the vivid memory, that specific golden 2002, and the absolute impossibility of changing the present, which is all summed up in that one line, you don't know my name.
Right. The speaker is left holding this beautiful, detailed history that the other person just can't access anymore. They're the soul keeper.
Which leaves us with a final thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to chew on. It comes right out of that tension.
Yeah, think about this. If the speaker defines their loved one by who they were, the person from 2002, the musician, the storyteller, and that person cognitively doesn't exist anymore. Is the relationship now just something happening inside the speaker's head? A way to protect themselves from the reality of who's in front of them?
Or is there another way to see it? Does the act of remembering, of the speaker continuing to hold those memories and bear witness, does that itself become a new kind of connection?
A kind of connection based purely on the speaker's love and memory, even without mutual recognition. The lyrics really make you ask, where does a person and where does a relationship truly reside when memory starts to fade?